Hi there, this is Dani. The channel is You and Me Living Free. We are doing a little hiking video today. I am at Horseshoe Bend. I'm sure my pictures will not be as great as that picture. I'm sure this picture is all enhanced and photographically pulled all the colors out and everything. Hard to do that with my little camera on the old iPhone 10 here, but that's okay. Anyway, we're at about 4,200 feet elevation, and the canyon is 1,000 feet below that. So number one, the air is a little bit thinner, but it won't be terrible. Number two, we should have some good views with the canyon 1,000 feet below. And the trail is 1.5 miles. I don't know if I said that. The trail's 1.5 miles. And it should be relatively flat, but it says it's a moderate in difficulty. So I'm just gonna be, kind of prepared. I've got my hiking shoes on. I've got my handy dandy fleece. I'll wear my hat and my sun protection and bring a little bit of water. And I think I should be good, right? Sure, I'll be good. I'm sure I will. Anyway, this should be fun. Let's do this. The only thing I wasn't ecstatic about was the $10 price tag just to get in. City of Page, Arizona. But I get it. They have a parking lot here to maintain, a trail to maintain, and they're cleaning up after people. People can be messy, and there are bathrooms here. I get it. Just seems like $10 might be a little steep, but hey, got to make that tourism money, right? So I'm happy to be here anyway, so with or without the price tag. I guess I can quit complaining now, and let's get to the beauty and the scenery and the trail, and enough of this blah blah blah. Okay, let's do this. All right, just starting off, you can see how well maintained this trail is. That nice row of rocks on both sides and some pretty scenery. So we are off to a great start. Plus, it's a tiny bit downhill. Look at this. A bench and shade protection. That is freaking awesome. Plus, it's beautiful to look at. They might just be earning their $10 after all. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, so we're winding this bend. Like I say, it's slightly downhill on the first part, so you're good. And after that first curve, you're starting to get the view, which is kind of a delight. After this next little bit, the incline does get quite a bit steeper, and there's another bench / sitting area, which is really nice. As I pan down here, though, there are actually people down there, but they just look like the tiniest little dots. Yeah, even when I zoom in, they look like the tiniest little dots. You can almost see one person that had a white jacket on or something. But that just gives you an idea of kind of the scale. Well, we're going about 3/4 mile total. So by the time you wind around, it makes sense. As we get further and further down, there are more and more people. So I think that's why I didn't take hardly any video of the last part of the hike. And then here I am reaching the destination. Woohoo. And it really is breathtaking. It might not be as beautiful as the picture in their marketing material, but it is a beautiful view and such a cool structure, right? With that horseshoe shape and the Colorado River. There is quite a bit of area right around this overlook and a lot of rocks, a lot of different viewpoints that you can see the canyon from. So I really just kind of used the time to walk around. I wasn't exhausted after this 3/4 mile, plus most of it was downhill. I knew I'd have to walk uphill on the way back, but I really just tried to kind of walk around. I tried to get some different picture angles and give myself some exercise at the same time walking around on these rocks. So I did quite a bit of climbing around and trudging around, and the sandstone is super easy to walk on. It's very grippy, but when you have sandstone with a little bit of sand over it, it becomes very slippery. So you can see you really just have to pay attention to where you are walking very specifically. A lot of these are different levels. They're like little steps that you come up and down. And there are big chasms and stuff over as you get closer to the edge. And so you really do have to just pay attention and to what you're doing, which usually is not a problem for me because anytime heights are involved or anything like that, I know myself to be kind of a klutz, and so I usually take extra care. Just look how beautiful though these rock formations are, and this is just walking around to the side view, and also I'm going to climb up on some rocks here and show you how brave I am. I think I'm just bragging at this point. Ooh, see, even looking at this video, I'm like, geez, Danielle, you really were up there. I was pretty proud of myself. I kind of climbed up. I stayed to my rule, though, and stayed mostly 6 feet away from those big drop-offs. Yeah, there's one of those chasms I was telling you about. You really have to just pay attention to what you're doing. But we can see those shadows, though, on the horseshoe part aren't really receding much. I did take some time and just sat down and enjoyed the view and had a little quiet contemplation time sitting there on the rocks. I was really kind of waiting for it. Here I'm showing you one of those chasms on its way back as I walk back toward the regular rock formations and the land, not walking out toward the Horseshoe Bend. But I was waiting to see if the sun would come over to shine on the part of the canyon that was lost before, and I captured this little butterfly when I was having my quiet time, which I thought was kind of cool. And so, but it never did. The sun never was, while I was there, the sun was never completely showing all of the canyon without shadows. So we know the more canyons I shoot on video and pictures, I'm always amazed by the sun, right? What the sun can do, the time of day of the sun, and what's in shadow and what's in the light and what kind of light it is. All of it makes such a big impact on the photo and the video, and I'm really trying to work on my skills a little bit. Here we go, here we go. Oh, look at this. I'm showing you how high up here I am. I climbed up onto this rock to see if I could get a better picture, but I can't, I'm too afraid to get close enough to the edge to get a really good picture. And here I am trudging across some more rocks. So this is all really kind of part of the hike. I was just hiking around, enjoying myself. And this place is so famous and so often photographed that it was really a magnet for tourists from all over the world. Just as I was hiking, I bet I heard either 5 or 6 different languages spoken. And I'm talking about like people from Asia, Europe, Scandinavian countries. There were people from all over the place. It was actually one of the really cool things about it is that it draws so many different kinds of people. Okay, here's a quick selfie on my way out. You can see the even 3 hours later than when I originally got there, those shadows are still kind of in the same place because of the trajectory of the sun kind of coming across the sky. It was more uphill on the way back. I'm telling you, it was not easy for me on the way back, especially after climbing all those rocks and everything. Here's me sitting at one of the little rest stop area things. I'd say this was just about the perfect level of workout, though. I didn't have to kill myself, and I did feel a little bit sore the next day, which actually makes me always feel really good. All right. Cue the Rocky music. That was a very good hike. Just the way down and back wouldn't have been all that much, but by the time I walked over all those rocks and everything to try to get better views, it ended up being pretty significant for me, and it was beautiful, as you can tell from the video. It's getting busier and busier every 5 or 10 minutes. You can notice an uptake in the crowds and the numbers of people, but okay, so put this one in the books, and I will catch you next time.